Thanks a lot. Back in 2002, Pennsylvania started its own do not call list. Now, this goal was to protect you, the consumer, from unwanted solicitations from telemarketers while you're having dinner, maybe watching a great show on Comcast. However, every 5 years, this list has to be renewed because it expires. Now, here's a glance at how it affects the states in our region. Many states with a do not call list are set to expire next year, while Maine and Pennsylvania expire tomorrow. So what can you do to protect yourself from these annoying unwanted calls? Joining us by phone is Pennsylvania Attorney General Tom Corbett. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Greg. How are you?
I'm well, thanks for asking. Pennsylvania started this program a year before the national do not call list. Explain to our viewers watching us right now if there really is a difference between the two.
Well, there is a difference in this regard, Greg. In Pennsylvania, the Office of Attorney General, my office, our Consumer Protection Division, take the complaints that people send to us when they have a telemarketer call them and when they're not supposed to. Some telemarketers continue to just violate the law. We conduct an investigation, and so far, over the last 5 years, we have fined telemarketers over almost $800,000. What's interesting to that, though, is if you are a consumer and you turn somebody into us and you're correct, you get a $100 reward.
But is there a difference between the two, the Pennsylvania list and the national list? And should consumers, do they need to be on both?
Actually, the Pennsylvanians can be on both. They don't need to be on both because marketers from outside Pennsylvania still have to call Pennsylvania, get the list from Pennsylvania before they can do any marketing inside of Pennsylvania.
So who needs to re-register, and why do they need to do it? And is there a deadline on when you can re-register?
Well, as you earlier said, the deadline is really tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day for those people who registered initially in 2002, in the late summer, early fall of 2002. If they registered in 2003 or thereafter, they don't have to re-register yet. They have a 5-year registration period. But the people who first signed up, now that was 4 million people in Pennsylvania when it happened, they're the ones that have to re-register. We know that we have about 400,000 people who still have not re-registered. As you know, we talked about this on the show one day a few weeks ago. We have been re-registering people since the 1st of August. We got them almost all, but we got about 400,000 to go.
So if you don't re-register by tomorrow, that's it? There's no grace period?
There's no grace period for the rest of this year. You can still sign up. Your name would go back on the list the 1st of January because what happens is the list is compiled, the marketers buy it. Effective October the 1st, they have their new list. So the compilation of the list for the next quarter, October 1st through the end of the year, is completed as of tomorrow.
So what about the national list then? Can you say if you missed the deadline for the market, you jump on the national list?
Well, you can jump on the national list, and I'm not sure when they give theirs to the marketers. It's compiled quarterly also, but I'm not sure which quarters they're using. But there is a period that you could be off the list and receiving phone calls.
All right. Well, we're going to have to get on it. You saw the number there. We put it up on your screen. Go to our website, and we'll give it to you again. Pennsylvania Attorney General Tom Corbett, we want to thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Greg. Have a great weekend.